Hi students, it's time for art again. First we're going to start with Godzilla of the Week. So this is what I found. This is Mothra. Mothra from the 2005 movie, I think it was from Godzilla vs. Final Wars. You can see he's furry, he's soft, he's not like the scary new version in the new movie, in the American movies, but he's pretty cool. This is a toy, and I just dug him out because he was on top of all my other Godzilla toys that running out of Godzillas to show you. So, but that was Mothra. Mothra usually kind of helps Godzilla sometimes. I don't remember what happened. I'll have to watch Godzilla versus Final Wars again. I forgot what happened in that movie. It's been a while. It's been like 15 years since I've seen that. Anyways, that's it. That's it for Godzilla of the Week. So now let's get on to the art portion of our project, of our video. Hi, fourth graders. Today we're going to start our Midnight Mosaic, and you should have gotten a packet like this. The first thing you want to do is you want to very carefully remove your colors. We're going to use these to cut our mosaics. So, I don't know, you can have maybe a parent help you, or you don't want to just rip this thing, this staple. So I'm just going to very carefully try to remove it. There we go. You'll notice that there is a tree drawn onto your black background, which is kind of nice. We'll talk about that shortly. Here are our colors for our mosaic. So I'm just gonna remove the staple. I'm just gonna carefully remove it. Let's see. We got that. We got light blue. What is this? Dark blue. Purple. Kind of a turquoise. Real light blue. And kind of like this creamy yellow. Okay. So these are our colors. Okay, got it. So we have these colors, and I didn't cut them up for you, right? You have to cut them up. I'll show you how to cut up your little mosaic tiles, and then what we're going to do is we'll start with this cream, right? We'll start with this cream, and then we'll do some of this blue tonight. So we'll start with these two, and we're gonna start like as a moon, and we're gonna radiate. We're gonna go around and around and around and get darker and darker and darker, but we're not going to place tiles, mosaic tiles, where the tree is drawn. So the tree will remain black, and it will look like the tree is a silhouette. A silhouette is when is like a shadow. So it's like in nighttime, if you're behind a tree and it's light from the moon, the tree will look black like a shadow. That's kind of like a silhouette. But anyways, my camera's so close you can't even see my whole paper here. But you can see, like, so there's kind of like a ground. So all of our tile is going to go over here, and it's not going to go on the ground or the tree. So this will all remain black. So this will all remain black, right? And you'll see. We'll work on it. Okay, so I'm going to put this aside for now. We're going to need to cut the light blue, and it's kind of like a creamy yellow. It's kind of like a cream. Okay, and then we'll work on these colors next time. So I'm just going to put these away. Hold on to all your paper, and don't throw them away. So like we're not going to need all this yellow. So don't throw it away. Keep it just in case you need it, because you can't get more. And like, don't throw this away. So just, you're going to hold on. You're going to save all of your little tiles until we're completely finished, just in case you need a little more of a certain color. You never know. So, but don't throw anything away. You'll get some sandwich bags, some like plastic Glad sandwich bags, and you'll put all your extra mosaic tiles in there. I recommend you have some kind of a little box lid or a cup. It has to be a shallow cup though. It can't be a big cup because then it'd be hard to get them. But see, like I'm gonna use this. This is like a box with a lid. This is from Blaze Pizza, I think. I don't know. But anyways, it's a nice, it's kind of shallow. I can put my stuff in here and they won't get lost. So that's what I'm going to use. And then eventually you're going to need glue. So Elmer's glue, hopefully you should have that at home. And then you're going to need a scissors. Right? So the first thing we should do though is make sure you put your name on the back of your black paper. So here's my paper because I don't want you to forget. So you're going to flip it over. You're going to put your name back here. So, you're going to put your name. And then whoever's class you're in, if you're in Howe, you'll put an H, circle it. If you're in Den Ouden, you'll put a DO, circle it. And then if you're in Brouwer, you'll put like a B and circle it. That way I know what class you're in. Like maybe I can't read your name, but I could read the class you're in. But it also helps me organize your papers really fast. Sometimes I forget, what class you're in, like which teacher you have. But I'll see the letter, like Brouwer. Okay, I'll put all of my Brouwer papers together, right? So that helps me a lot. So make sure you put your name on the back of your paper and then put the letter and circle it of your teacher. Brouwer B, Den Ouden DO, Howe is H. Okay, I'm going to move that off to the side. Now, we need to cut these tiny, right? How tiny? I want I want a little more than a 1/4 inch square. Yeah. How big is a 1/4 of an inch? Whoa, focus. Come on, focus. I'll show you. You don't have to use a ruler. Well, maybe you want to use a ruler to begin with, just to see like how big a 1/4 of an inch is. It's about like this. It's about this size. You're like, Mr. Smith, that's pretty tiny. Yeah. That's about how big I want it to be. About like that. Now, do you have to trace all your lines? And no, because I don't want you to have lines. But you want all your tiles to be about that size. So you can have a parent help you, or you can just look. 1/4 of an inch. 1/4 of an inch is an inch that you can divide an inch 4 times. See, my ruler is divided by eighths. So it's a little more confusing to look at, but a 1/4 of an inch is right here. That's a 1/4. Does it have to be exactly a 1/4 of an inch? No. In fact, if it's slightly bigger, that's okay. Now watch what I'm going to do. I'm going to put my blue and my gold like right on top of each other. That way I can cut them both at the same time. So watch this. So I'm going to cut about a 1/4 of an inch. And then I'm going to go over about a 1/4 of an inch. Right? And I'm going to go, you're like, I don't know what a 1/4 of an inch is. Well, I don't know. It's this thin. You can have a parent help you. I'm just going to cut these out. Now, how many of these do we need? We don't need too much of the gold, or not the gold, it's like cream. But we probably need more of the blue, but let's just cut these things out. Let's see here. Now, I'm cutting them into strips. Let's see. Let's go about a third of that paper. What's a third? You should know what a third is. If you don't, it's less than a half, right? So like if you had your strip, it's like less than half. So don't do a half. That's too much. Well, maybe you'll need to do more. That's all I'm going to cut for now. If I need to cut more, I'll cut them. Okay, now I got to get my handy box. Or maybe you have a lid, or maybe you have a little dish or a tray. You want something. You don't want it to be a big cup because then you got to reach in. You can't do that. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a bunch of these and try not to let them fall. Let's see here. And what you can do is you can probably cut 6 of these at a, let me see how many I can cut at a time. I'm guessing 6. Let's see how well this is going to work. Let's see, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's cut 6 at a time. Let's see if it works. You don't know, Mr. Smith? You don't know? So again, you want it to be kind of like a square. So like, ooh, yeah, that's about right. Oh, they're shooting past my box. Okay, hold on. Okay, here we go. If some of them are a little bigger or smaller, that's okay. There. Oh, they're all shooting out of my box. Bummer. Okay, I need more blues. You need more blues than golds. So here's a bunch of blue. And you want to trim them. Aim down. Now, if they're not perfectly straight, in fact, this will look good. Watch what I can do. See, these are kind of square-like, which is cool, but you can actually go at an angle, and that's kind of like a trapezoid. You can get some trapezoid shapes. Just don't make them too big. Trapezoids are cool. They don't have to be perfect squares. In fact, and look, this one's kind of skinny. These ones are like little rectangles, like thin rectangles. If you have variety of shape, it'll look nice. Like, you don't want everything to be a perfect square unless unless you really like that, and that's okay too, I guess. Oh gosh, this is gonna take forever. Let's see, let me cut these. I'm getting them together. Oh man, they're getting everywhere. So you want to aim down. Okay. Curious if I have enough. I'll cut more if I need more. I might. I'm cutting more. I'm cutting more. Here we go. What I need is more blue. You need more blue than well, shoot. Okay, let's do it. One more. One more. Okay, maybe I'll fast forward through some of this. You could have squares too. I was kind of getting crazy cutting them. I like to get some real thin ones, some real tiny ones. Mix them all in. Some are big, some are small. Okay, that looks pretty good for now. If I need more, I'll cut them. But I don't know. I hope I don't need more. Okay, now it's time to get on to the gluing. The gluing. So let's see here. So let's see if I can do this. Okay, here we go. I gotta move everything. Oh man. Now I'm gonna move this. I'm gonna put this here. I'm gonna kind of, oh boy. Here, I know what I'm gonna do. I gotta move my camera on top of my paper. Okay, here we go. Okay, there we go. That's definitely gonna work. Ooh, and I'll move closer to the light. Okay, great. Okay, so now what we want to do is we want to start with a moon. Now, we don't have a circle or anything. We're going to use our lighter color, our kind of cream color tiles to kind of make a moon shape. Now, the trick is at the center of the moon, it's going to be all, and we want our moon to be, let's make it right here. So here's, you can see this part of the tree. Let's make our moon like right about here. Let's see. Let's work glue there. Now you don't want to get too crazy with the glue. Like, notice how like I put a little glue out, and then you can kind of smear it around with the orange tip of your glue. Okay, so let's see. I'm gonna get some of these, and you want to kind of make kind of a circle. Let's see. It doesn't have to be an exact circle. Let's see here. I'm trying to find some different shape ones. Like this one's a little smaller. Okay. Let's see. Oh yeah. See, when you have variety, it looks good. Like right now, let's see. Let me see if I can get this one. Here's like a little skinny one. If they're not all the same, it actually creates, it's a nice aesthetic. Aesthetic means how it looks. And if everything is perfect, like in the mosaic, for some reason it doesn't look good. It doesn't have that human touch. But if you have different shapes and they're not all perfect the same, it has a nice aesthetic. Aesthetic means how it looks. It looks nice. Okay, so let's see. I'm gonna on purpose put this one, and they don't have to all be like lined up like a grid, but here's what you want to do. You want them to be close together. You want them to be close together like this, but you want to be able to see this, like the black out, like the thin black outline in between your tiles. That if this is all like, if they're all laying on top of each other and it's just kind of like a creamy like blob of color, it wouldn't look as nice. Like these black outlines are gonna create a nice contrast on our mosaic, and we're gonna see the separation of the tiles. And we're going to see the variety of tiles because of these black outlines. And so it's going to create a real interesting look or aesthetic, right? So that's our word for the day, I guess, aesthetic. Now, let's do some more. So like that's not enough. We want to have a kind of a bigger moon. So let's see here. I'm going to go. Now, it's not totally going to be a moon because what's going to happen is it's just going to be like, think of it like a moon on a cloudy night. Like there's not, you'll see, like we're going to start mixing in some blue with it and then it'll start to kind of fade into the light blue. So it's not going to be a perfect moon. Okay, let's see here. Oops, I didn't smear it's almost like I used too much glue. Whoops. Here, I'm going to smear it around. I wasn't practicing when I was preaching. Whoa. This picture kind of reminds me of Van Gogh's Starry Night. I mean, it's not totally like that, but he did that. There was a lot of beautiful blues and golds in that painting, and so this kind of reminds me of that. But it's not really. It's not. It reminds me of Van Gogh. It's not like totally. It's not really inspired by. Well, I guess you could say it's inspired, but it's not really. It's not really his style. It's just like his colors, and it reminds me of the Starry Night. That's like one of my favorites. Okay, let's see here. Okay, so let's see. I should probably make this look more rounder. Right now it's kind of like an oval. That's okay. I'm just going to keep doing this, and you're going to do it too. Let's see here. Okay, let's see here. Let's see, I need a couple more Goldie. Okay, those are blue. Don't need blue yet. Here I got a real thin. Okay, press them down. You kind of need to press them down. You need to press them down, otherwise they might, I mean, try not to get too much glue on your fingers. When you get glue on your fingers, here's what you should do. Wash your hands. I should have told you this beforehand. Wash your hands before you do this. Go wash your hands now and dry them really well. Because what happens is, if your hands are like dirty, which they usually are, they're dirty, and you press down like in the glue, what will happen is the dirt in your fingers will get in the glue and it'll stick to your tiles and they'll look gross and dirty. So if your hands are clean, you don't have to worry about that as much. Also, what's going to happen is you're going to get glue on your fingers. Eventually, you can just kind of rub it off. It'll kind of gum up, and then you can just like flick it, or just not flick it and make your parents upset. Be like, Mr. Smith told me to. Don't get me in trouble. Okay. I want this to be more round, so I want to put some more. I want to put a little more of this goldy stuff around it. If you didn't have enough, that's a blue. If you didn't have enough gold, it's not gold. I keep calling it gold. I think it's in the light. It's kind of like a dark. I don't have. It's it's evening over here. I'm making this during evening. It feels like gold, but really it's just cream. So I kind of want to try to make like a circle. So let's see if I can. I mean, it doesn't have to be a perfect circle, but I want it to be kind of rounded. So let's see. I guess I'll just put this one here. So soon I'm going to start going to that light blue, but not yet. I want to have a decent size moonish circular shape. Let's see, I can get one real skinny one in here. Let's do it. Okay, here we go. Okay, that's pretty good. Okay, so how big is that? You're like, Mr. Smith, how big does my moon need to be? I don't know. This is about... It's about 2.5 inches. Yeah, it's about a 2.5 inch circle. Now, does it have to be 2.5 inches? No, but that's what I recommend. Maybe it's a little big. Maybe it's like 3 inches. It's fine. Maybe it's only 2.25 inches. It's fine. But don't make it like 1 inch. Don't make it super tiny. Make it about 2.5 inches, right? And you don't have to totally, I mean, unless you don't really know, but I mean, you can measure for kicks. But like, I'm not going to like measure. You're like, oh, let's see. Did they do it? No. But that's what I recommend. This is my recommendation. So it's about 2.5 inches. 2.5 by 2.5. 2.5 inch diameter. Okay, so now what we're going to start doing is we're going to start blending. And this particular mosaic project looks kind of nice, just with that nice, yellowy gold moon there, but it's not going to look like a moon much anymore. It's gonna because it's gonna we're gonna blend it into our blue. It might look like a moon. But what we want to do is we're going to start blending. And so what does blending do? Blending is where we start mixing up the colors. Like, so for instance, we want this yellow cream to blend or to change into our light blue. And if you just did a row of blue around it, it wouldn't blend. It would stop. It would be like a moon. And that might be good, but we want to blend it. We want this all to blend. Even though like you're like, but I want my moon to have like an edge. Nah, we want to blend it. And so what blending is where you start mixing up some of the cream with some blue. And then on the next row, you'll probably do a little more blue, but less cream. And then the next row, like even less cream, like mostly blue. And then finally, like all blue, right? So I'm gonna start with some blue. It's about time I get here. Let me get some of these blues here. I'm like running out of my creams though. Here, I got a handful. Okay, here we go. So I'm gonna go like blue, blue. But then I'm gonna go like cream. I'm gonna do it like this. Cream. Maybe a blue. Oh, it flipped over. Did you see that? Cream. So I'm gonna do it like this. So they're kind of mixing, and that's good. You want it to mix. That's another good aesthetic about mosaics, is that it's not always just one color. They blend, they mix colors together. Okay, I need another blue. So you'll see that I'm kind of mixing the blue, the light blue. This is the light blue, by the way. The light blue with the cream. I need some more creams. Here, let me get some. Let me get a bunch. And oh boy. Okay, here we go. Here, I'll do another little blue here. And then I'm going to do cream. So sometimes I do every other one. Sometimes I do a couple blues. Sometimes I do... I haven't done a couple cream yet. So I'm maybe doing a little more blue than cream. I'll do a couple here. Remember, try to keep that... I got some got some glue. Some people, like, they're weird. I was gonna say they're weirdos because I like to do that, Mr. Smith. You think I'm a weirdo? No, not really. But I never got into it when I was a kid. But sometimes people like put glue on. They put glue on their fingers, like a real thin coat on their fingers, like on their fingerprints, and then they let it dry, and then they peel it off, and they try to peel it off like a perfect like copy of their fingerprint. But I always thought that was kind of strange, but a lot of people think that's people when they're bored in school. Like that's what happens when you go to public school. That's what people do. Okay, now look at this. I'm getting to my tree, but I don't want to cover up my tree. I almost put this big one right here. I need a smaller one. Do I have a small one? I do. You want to get the small one. You don't want to go over your tree. There, right? You don't want to cover up your tree. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna put this guy here. I need another blue. Okay. And then let's get another Goldie in there. Goldie. It's like a Goldilicious. Have you read that book? That was like when you have a daughter. That's okay. Goldilicious. Okay, so here it is. So you can see that. So I first started off with just the cream, right? But then after about, I don't know, about 2.5 inches of that, I don't know how many rows that is, maybe like 1, 2, 3, I don't know. Then on this row, I'm mixing the blue with the gold, okay? So now I'm ready for another row. And this time I kind of want to do a little more blue than gold. Although I might be able to do another row that's similar. Like, yeah, maybe I will. Let's see, I got a bunch of gold. But here's what you want to do. You don't want to like, so here I have a cream. Like, I don't want to put another cream like right there. I want to put the cream like right next to it. I want to stagger it. That'll make it look more like it's blending, right? It's kind of all over the place, and it's, I don't want to go on the tree, so I'm going to avoid the tree. Here, I'll kind of do this. Like, I'll kind of go in the tree, Okay, but I'll go around the tree. Okay, let's see what we got here. So I got enough for another row here. Okay, so we got a blue. Blue. Uh-oh. You see, let me get a tiny gold. That's a big gold. Let's see. Keep calling it gold. It's not really gold. Okay, cream. And then I can fit a, see if I can fit a blue in here. Blue. And I want to get it right on that tree limb. Yep, right there. I don't want to cover up. Let's see if I got a, do I have a tiny, oh look, let's see. Here's a blue. Let's see if I can fit it in there. Yeah, just like that. So I'm trying to avoid this tree. If I have a tiny, I can even cut a little tiny triangle and put it in there, but I'll do that later. I'm not worried about that right now. Okay, so this one's going to go right here. Whoa, kind of turn it. Okay, so I'm going to go blue. And, you know, it's up to you to figure out, let's see, I don't want to put this gold right next to that. I'm going to put it right here, and I'm going to put a blue right here. You just want to stagger them, and we're blending them by mixing them up. That's how we blend them. We're mixing up the blue and the cream. Okay, I'm going to put this guy down here. Sometimes your glue dries before you can put your tiles down, so I don't know. Try not to be too slow. Let's see. Let me get some more tiles. Okay. I have to peel off the glue on my fingers. Let's see. I need a gold. I need a cream. Maybe another blue. Maybe another cream. It's kind of close to that other one, but it's not. Okay. Then like another blue. You want them to be close together. You don't want them to be far apart. Like you might be tempted to like space your tiles far apart. You're like, oh, it'll be easier because then I have to put down less tiles because I spaced them out more. No, that is lazy. Do not do that. Here I got a cream next to a cream, but it doesn't happen very often, so we're good. We're good. Okay. Oh, let's see. I want to do. I'll do this. Sometimes you'll find a shape, a way to fit it that fits better. Go for it. Let's see here. Okay. Oh boy. You're like, Mr. Smith, this is taking forever. It does. It takes a long time. But we have 3 weeks. We have 3 weeks to work on this thing. So that's a long time. And it will really look good. You will really appreciate all the hard work you put into it when you are finished with it. Notice how they're not all, like some are rotated, some are not. They're not all perfectly lined up like squares. And again, that makes it look interesting. It kind of makes it feel alive, and it has a real interesting aesthetic. And that is what we are going for. Okay, I need a thin one here. I need a thin one. Okay, here we go. Okay. I like the more gradual blending. So like I'm not going to go all blue yet. I'm just going to put a couple here or there in the next row. But it's going to see, let's do one more row and then we'll call it a day. Let's see. But I'm going to do mostly blue and an occasional cream here. Okay. Okay, so mostly blue. So here we go. Now, notice how I'm getting close to that tree. I want to butt this up right next to that tree limb so that it's tightly around that edge, right? That way it will show the form of that tree. If you're all like loose and far away, like when I'll show you, it'll happen more next week. Like we'll go along the edge of this tree and we'll want to get real close to it so that it helps kind of show the form of that tree. And if, like I said, if you're loosey-goosey, kind of far away from it, it won't look as much like a tree. It'll just look like a blob. Oh. Okay, there we go. Got it. So I'm still adding a couple cream, but mostly blue now. It kind of looks nice to have. I mean, you could even do more. Like if you're like, oh, I kind of like the cream mixing in with the blue. I want to extend it like even a little further. You can do it. That's fine. Eventually, though, we're gonna blend this light blue into the next blue, which is like it's just like kind of a regular blue. Oh man, I need a little piece here. So do I have a little? Oh, I got it. Let's see if it works. I might have to trim it. So like it goes off my paper a little bit. I'll just trim it with the scissors later. Okay, so here we go. Again, I want to be right up on that tree limb, right there. See, I'm right on that tree limb. Okay, good. Okay. I'm going to put an extra gold or cream. Okay, and then mostly blue, blue, blue. Don't forget to leave a little bit of black outline. Try not to overlap them. You want to leave a little bit of that black, and you still want them to be close together. You're like, okay. All right, but Mr. Smith, that's going to take forever. Oh, look, I got a little bit of glue. Oh, it's hard to see. It's like gross. Okay, I flicked it away. Got it. Good. I need some bigger blue. Let me get some more here. Okay. So we got blue. Whoa, that one went way out there. I'm just gonna leave it. It's like see, I'm trying to fit this like a puzzle there. Okay. Remember, you have to kind of press them down too. That way they don't fall off later. Let's see. Okay. Okay, so okay. That glue. Oh, I think I'm ready for another cream. I haven't used a cream in a while. Ding. Put a little bit of cream in there. And then back to the blue. Yeah, that looks nice. It's nice to blend them together and to mix them in. Okay, there we go. So that's, I mean, okay. You're getting the idea. That's it. Looks like I almost want to get a napkin. Like a little bit too much glue there. I'll just kind of wipe it. But that's it. That's what we're doing this week. I don't think you have to do any more. I don't know how much inchage did I do here? Let's see. I did about 4.5 inches of mosaic. Well, this is like 5 inches this way. I don't know. But yeah, you want to do about this much. I'm almost near the top here. I don't know. I'm almost to here. But next week, what we'll do? So next week we'll continue. We'll do more blue. We'll do more blue. I probably should do more, but next week we'll just focus more on the we'll do it next week. I don't have to explain it as much. Next week we'll just cut. In fact, maybe I'll have them pre-cut next week because you kind of know how to cut now. I'll pre-cut it and we'll save some time. And we'll be able to put down more tile. Okay, focus. But next week we're gonna blend this light blue into the next blue, which is this guy. So we'll blend it into this. So it'll be slightly darker. That's very similar. And then we'll go to a darker blue and we'll blend it. So we'll mix them and blend them and stuff like that. But this is it. This is our midnight mosaic. Eventually, the whole sky will have tile except for our tree and except for our ground. So the ground will be black. And this will all be tile. And then the tree will be black and it'll look like a silhouette. And it'll look pretty cool. So that's it. That's it for today. Save all your pieces. So see how I got these extra ones? Don't throw them away. Get a bag. Get a sandwich bag. You're going to put it all in there. Save all your others. Like even if... like my cream, like here's like, so I want, even though we're probably not going to use much more of this, save it. You might want to add a little piece here or there just to kind of maybe like a star or maybe just to add a little bit of color, and then like you definitely want to save this. So you don't throw anything away until we're all done. You never know when we might need this lighter color again. And we'll probably definitely need this. We'll need this when we're blending in with that light blue. So we'll probably use all of this light blue. So save all your pieces, put them in a bag, put this into a safe place so that we can work on it again next week. And I hope that was interesting. I hope you had fun. And I'll see you next time. So have a great week, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.